Hello ladies and gentlemen, Meoni here of Cast, another Star Citizen video for you. You may realise that the footage in the background, my hangar is a little bit empty. I've still got the Hornet here, the trainer model from a Constellation. I don't seem to have the M50 anymore, so I wonder what I could possibly have done recently. Oh, wait, that's new.
Compromises, sacrifices. In times of war and conflict, legends are born. As the great chariots of the gods rolled forwards towards war, many sacrifices are made. Even though our enemies fall before our might 100-fold, before any single one of our own falls, from that fallen ember, a burning desire is reborn anew. A desire for change. Why should we sacrifice anything in times of need? At RSI, we believe in better. Introducing the RSI 2944 Constellation Phoenix, when the only sacrifices you should make are those of your enemies.
And probably your wallet as well. So this is the Phoenix variant that they unveiled along with the other three versions of a Constellation. There are the Aquila, which is your exploration vessel. There is obviously the Andromeda, which is the base model, renamed to Andromeda. And there's also the Taurus, which is a freighter. And then there's this, the Phoenix, which is the luxury command and control model. The whole thing is really cool. It's quite significant in its design. It's completely white. The rest of them are variations of grey and military grey and metallic colours. This one is very striking. There are a few changes. Obviously this is fully PBR'd now. They have added PBR to this. On the back here, as you can see, I'm just going to give you a bit of a demonstration on some of the features. They redesigned the way that the Merlin connects. This actual variant comes with the P-57 Archimedes fighter. This is not actually the Archimedes, this is the Merlin, which is going to be part of, available to anyone, including coming with the Andromeda and the other variants as well, depending. But this is here for a placeholder model, just to show you how it connects. So you actually access the Merlin now through a sort of like airtight gantry connector tube thing from inside the ship, which I'll show you in a little bit. In this section here, there is a cargo bay. There is supposed to be the Lynx, which is some kind of like rover, small rover. It has to be small to fit in there anyway, which hasn't been unveiled yet. That comes with the Phoenix in particular. So the Phoenix comes with both, the snub fighter attachment, or the fighter, who knows what the Archimedes will be, along with a rover and some cargo. So already it's looking pretty tight. Some changes here to the basic design have made it a little, it looks a little bit longer to me, but that's probably the colour. The weaponry has been changed. All of the stats and stuff can be found on the stat page. There's not really much point me going into that. As you can see here, there are actually antennas on the missile racks that fold out. Before it had 4 missile racks. I'm not sure if they are all missile racks anymore, but there is that antenna system. They've also added the sort of like access gantry ladder there, the side of the airlock. Looks really damn cool. Over towards the front of the ship, you may have seen it there when I was messing around. It is actually the maximum hull capacity, stuff like that. These are the 2 aerofans, which are for landing and atmospheric flight. There's 2 obviously on the other side, and then there's some at the back. Down here you may see there's a lack of a lower turret. I am assured that there's supposed to be a lower turret. However, I'm not actually sure at the moment. The stat page, there's a bit of an argument on the forums whether or not there will be a turret or not. The front of the ship has that really nice reinforced black casing, but what we really want to show is inside the ship. So let's go and do that. As you can see, this is one of the docking collars here, slash the landing platform. As you can see, it's a lot smoother on my new graphics card. I'm currently using a 780 Ti, so things are a little bit higher frames per second. And the first thing you'll notice in here is the actual design and cleanliness of the ship. So this, like I say, is the luxury variant. A lot of the panels and things will be placeholder. And you've got all this lovely wood, like finished wood effect and metal chrome. And so this is fully PBR'd, physics-based rendered. which basically means it's a whole damn lot better looking. Here's you got your top turret is still intact. The bottom turret, like I say, there's a discussion about whether or not that's going to be there on this variant or not. Currently, in the place of it, they have this sort of access catch, which is where on Anything FPS's channel, on one of his videos he did recently, the animations aren't hooked up here, but you can see it there, where there was actually, that's supposed to be where the secret storage is, or the sealed storage. As you can see here, the captain's chair swivels around. There's a lack of animations rigged up for the majority of the ship at the moment. This is all demonstration. As you can see, some of the paddles and things aren't textured yet, but the majority of everything else is. Got these lovely luxury leather seats here, a lot like the LX, the Aurora LX or LN version seats. They're pretty much the same sort of thing. I have to jiggle about to be able to sit in this, I'm afraid, because, like I say, the interactions aren't properly hooked up. This is in still a pre-alpha state. There's the exterior of the ship. There's the front, which looks amazing. This blue screen is going to be a heads-up display. Obviously, it's a placeholder blue mesh at the moment, but it looks pretty cool. And it feels like we're a lot further forward in the cockpit now, so it's like they've moved the chairs forward. I'm not sure whether or not it's, again, an optical illusion on this model or not. Lots of little chrome strips. One of the things I want to point out here, actually, is on the other model, on one of my videos, if you check back, there's loads of cables and things dangling and connectors. On this version, on the luxury version, the Phoenix here, there's actually all of that boxed in, so there's no exposed cables, which is particularly cool, as you would expect. Pretty much this is a house, a floating house, or, you know, command center for a large fleet. Over here we've got a weird thing that I don't know what it does. Looks very cool though. And then you've got your tables and things and boxes and doodads, which you will be familiar with the older video if you saw that. We've got the breakfast table, which we can't currently lower. That's not rigged up properly, but that bit comes down, so do the seats, if you remember. Over here we have two rooms, either side. This one is for your shower. Blurry, we can't get in there at the moment. And over here we have the toilet. So before we only had a suite of a walk-in shower, toilet, bathroom combo at the back, but now it's over here at the front, along with these 4 bunks for your crewmen, along with these really weird Art Deco fancy pictures. As you can see, the beds look a hell of a lot more comfy than they used to. I would actually sleep on that. But yeah, you've got this lovely wooden trim, but are you ready for the piece de resistance? Okay. Wow. I mean, just, that is incredible, isn't it? Like, that was literally the reaction I had the first time, was just, Jesus Christ. So let's shut this door, and I will show you. Oh, look at that animation. That's nice. So everything is chrome and wood and polished. This is like the bar, the cooking sort of, you know, your kitchen, your galley bit, if the camera will let me. It's got some hobs here, so you can cook meals on there. You've got a sink, and you've got a place to chop vegetables, if that's really what you're going to be doing. And on the other side, which we'll have a look at now, is a bar. Now over here there are paintings of bottles on the wall. I'm not sure. I would rather have actual bottles, but I'm sure that's on one of the videos, actually, when they unveiled the walkthrough of the ships, you could see the bottles on the wall, so I don't know why they're painted there. Then you've got this huge conference table with a beautiful open skylight. It's all open plan, with these lovely glass and metal chairs. So there's a lot of glass and metal and wood involved in this design, so it's kind of dangerous. I hope they're all locked down and tight, but there's a few other danger issues that we'll bring up in a second. This is the airlock, one of 4, I believe, on the ship. There's that table again with the amazing chairs. And then over here we have like a lounge sort of area, an entertainment section, complete with leather sofas and a table, coffee table. And you've got this big blue screen, which I've seen some of the concept art where they would have like a television screen or a mock aquarium sort of design there. Very cool. And then behind here we actually have a jacuzzi or hot tub, whatever you want to call it, with water in it. Was on one of the videos that I saw by Anything FPS, which is kind of overkill. So you're going to have water. I'm not sure what that's going to mean in an anti-gravity situation. Over here you've got your shower. Like I say, the old Constellation had a walk-in shower and bathroom. Well, this time you've got even more walkable in. Here you've got your shag pad, your bed, which the view is pretty cool actually. There's this horrible light thing in the way. I wish that was not there so you could sit in. But that's the view from there, sitting in bed and look at the stars above. I do like having glass in the roof, but it scares me nonetheless, especially for a decompression situation. Oh my god, this whole place would fall to pieces. Here we got a frame here, presumably where you put the picture of your wife and flip it over when you're doing the dirty. Over here we've got some more chrome framed Art Deco pictures, which again, look at this design, look at how beautiful that is. People would pay millions for a design like that in real life. I suppose that's the idea. The toilet's there, you know, nothing amazing there, but isn't this fantastic looking? So yeah, this is going to be a command and control / luxury variant. There's a lot of on paper stuff as to what it's, you know, actually going to be used for, apart from exploration, but that ticks the box for me. And in the back here we actually have the engine room, which used to be where the bathroom was, if you remember. So you've got these reactor type things, you know, multiple exit support. Ooh, I don't know what that means. So there's lots of placeholder labels and buttons and switches and things. Engine management. So this is the engine room. And at the back, which we'll look at in a second, ooh, look at those like vents, halogen lights. I'm not sure halogen lights would be in the future, but there you go. And we got this lovely, oh, look at how shiny this floor is. So this is physics-based rendering at its absolute max. And at the back here, in a second, this big like circular thing, this is the access hatchway to the Merlin or whatever other ship is down there on the docking collar, which is pretty cool. I kind of like the idea of having the ship exposed, but at the same time there's so much that could go wrong with this. I've got to sort of treat it like a yacht, I guess, a luxury yacht more than actually used in combat. That's what a lot of people are worrying about at the moment. Is it's an expensive variant, but what are its actual uses? So exploration is probably going to be high on that list, but I really like this. This is obviously my only ship. I had to melt everything, the M50, to do this. The racing module is coming out soon. This is permanently added to my account now, so I can't revert this as of now. I'm kind of happy, actually. I don't mind having a giant pleasure ship in the sky. It's probably going to be the most useful thing I have. It is beautiful, and it's not to say it doesn't have enough armament to keep itself pretty well defended with the top turret there, and still got missiles. I mean, a heavy complement. Like I say, the lower turret is still a contest of discussion, so whether or not in the future you'll see this with a turret on the bottom or not remains to be seen. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Personally, you know, it's not the most hard-hitting of ships, but it's certainly one of the most beautiful that they've actually done over at Robert Space Industries. So I will be following up with more videos of Star Citizen in the future, and of course Arcade and many other games. So from me, Meoni, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.